All right, so hi everybody. Welcome to the 1883 webinar. We are so excited. We have two of the representatives here today. They're going to be introducing themselves, but they are currently in California and speaking to all of you about 1883. I am Kayla. I will be your host, and I am with Lollicup Store. So I'm going to have 1883 take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. My name is Russ Cullen. I am the Western Business Manager. So with that, I handle all the Western states. And we do have reps in all the areas, so always don't hesitate to reach out to us. We have someone there to help you out.
Okay. And good morning. My name is Audrey. I work with Russ on the West Coast. I just arrived a few months ago, so you might notice my French accent when I speak. So I'm going to start with the presentation today. So let's remind you or explain to you, if you never heard about 1883, what's our story. It started 140 years ago. The 1883 Maison Boutin is an expert in beverage flavoring. It has premium flavored syrup, sauces, fruit puree, even smoothie, and everything is made in the French Alps. It was founded in Chambéry. We're going to show you on the map for a visit in France. And this company started with vermouth and French liquor. So Chambéry is in France. It's in the south, right down the Alps. So it's here on the map with the red point. It's a really nice area. You should go and check that out if you can travel to France one day, but I really love it. So quick facts about the company. As I said, we have different categories of product. For the syrups, we have about 130 flavors, so lots of choice. We mainly do bottle glass for the syrup. We also have a few items in plastic. But you have to remember that all the syrups are made in France, in the factory in Chambéry. So everything is coming from the same place. We are going to say that again during the presentation to be sure that you remember, because it's one of the competitive advantage we have. We have really pure and intense profile flavor for our syrup. So when you use one of the syrup, you can actually taste the difference in the intensity. And we actually won some blind cutting based on the flavor quality, thanks to our knowledge. And also a good advantage for you guys is that as it's made in France, we have to respect the French and the European regulation, which is more strict than the US one. So we have a really clean product. And then we sell those products in the whole world. We have about 80 countries to which we sell the syrups. So it's a global brand. And in the US, it's growing fast. And we hope that this year, it's going to be the first market for the exportation. So let's do it. So why our syrup is great? It's a really versatile product. So when you buy syrup, you can do lots of drinks with it. The most common here in the US would be iced latte, cold brew with syrup. But you can do anything like, for example, in Europe, the cocktails part is really big with the syrup. You can do as well the flavored lemonade, Italian soda. You can use the sauces to make the topping on some of your desserts. You can do flavored iced tea, which is big for the summer season. You should remember it. And anything else you want to. You can add the syrup to any drinks, hot and cold. So another really good point for you is that syrup is super profitable, because when you add syrup to drinks, you can charge more for that. So you're gonna obviously win more money. For example, if you have just an iced tea, usually it's going to be free refill. But if you add a flavor like hibiscus iced tea, for example, or rose, lavender, any flavor you want, it's going to be a signature drink and you're going to charge for that more than a regular iced tea. So you can also, when you make like for example, the iced latte, you can charge more if you want, if the person wants an extra shot of syrup, because sometimes people want it more sweet, like sweeter or with more flavor. You can charge that. And the cost for a pump of syrup, because usually you put, yeah, okay. So for a 12 ounces drink, you would put 3 pumps of syrup and it would cost you less than $0.20. And so I let you make the calculation, but it's really profitable. And in 1 bottle of syrup, a 1 liter bottle, you have about 45 flavored drink. And you should remember that because we have 1 liter bottle and most of the competition have 0.75 liters bottle. So it makes a difference. And now it's pool time question. So I think I have to share.
All
Stop sharing
right.
my screen, right?
Yes.
Kayla?
Yes,
Okay.
please. So for all of you out there, thank you so much for attending today. We're going to be having some polls throughout the webinar, and you will have a chance to win some 1883 prizes. Let me go ahead and talk the question. So as long as you answer it, you will be able to participate in our raffle that we will share to you next. So the question is, where are 1883 products produced? All right, so will everyone go ahead and go into the poll and share your vote? Is it Italy, Venezuela, Atlanta, Georgia, France, Austrian, and the Swiss Alps? Which one is it? All right, go ahead. And we'll be closing the poll in 15 seconds. All right, everyone should be getting all right, in 3, 2, 1. All right, the poll is ended. And so soon we will be sharing to you guys the result of the raffle very shortly. Audrey, would you be able to share with us a little bit about what they will be winning?
So they're going to win 1 bottle of 1883 syrup.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. So I'm going to hand it back to you and we are going to continue with our webinar.
Okay, nice.
Very good. So with that, we've discussed a little bit about the 1883 product and some of the features about the product. And now we'll kind of give you some ideas, comparisons, and what makes it different. So with that, there's a huge list of things that we do. With the other competitors that are out there, many different ways that they process the product, we always try to go to the most natural route. In fact, you will find that 1883 has more all-natural syrups than anyone else out there. But a few of the key points that we'd like to make sure you remember again, the product is made in France. The reason we think that's so important is because of the location in France. It is that pure Alps water. And by having all of the product produced in the same facility, you'll always have a consistency in the water flavor. Not all of the producers out there nowadays produce in one plant, and as a result, there are slight differences in the water, and that does make a slightly different flavor difference. So if you have product produced in Florida, and if you have product produced in California, they will taste slightly different just due to the water source. It's just a fact. Many of the competitors, but definitely not all, are using pure cane sugar. 1883 is 100% cane sugar. That is the only source of our sugar for our products. We have an authentic and clean taste. I like to say the best thing about 1883, it's big flavor up front with a clean finish. It's a product that really makes a difference, and you really probably should try it next to another product. You get the nice pop of the flavor when you try the product. You taste what the flavor is it's supposed to be. There's no question. It's not like, I wonder if that was really, what fruit was that? You really get a good flavor for the flavor the product that we have in there. And with that, there's no off flavors at the finish. When you finish it, sometimes some products, they might have kind of a chemical aftertaste or something, or a flavor that doesn't seem quite right for that flavor. Our product will always have a clean finish, something you can look for and expect. So that has to do with the intensity and the purity of our syrups. All of our fruit products are made with fruit juice, 10% for most of the products. And the exception of that would be the citrus products. Anything citrus, we only do 7% juice because too much acidic acid does cause a little problem with curdling. And of course, that's an issue to always have to deal with. So as a result, the citrus have only 7%, but all of our other fruit syrups are made with that fruit juice, 10%. Big thing to notice too on our products, we make a guarantee, no preservatives in the cases where there are a few items that have to be, but really almost zero preservatives in all of our products, GMO-free, gluten-free, no high fructose corn syrups at all. We are vegan, we are halal and kosher certified, and these are dairy-free products. So they truly are vegan. That's the great thing about the product. You can always count on it being vegan with, of course, an exception would be something where if it had honey or something like that, but that means over 99% of our line is vegan. We have more than 100 premium flavors. It's 130 is the actual number. We have organic, we have reduced sugar, but of course, the core of the line, the main 130 are the classic flavors. We range from anything from the basics of vanilla all the way to some of the exotics like orchid. Not too many people have a few flavors like that. So it's a great product with a great range. Versatility. Nowadays, it really helps to have a product that can be used hot or cold, almost any application. That is our product. In the US, I think we think of syrups as being a hot product and going into coffees. It's amazing how many things can be done on the cold side. And in fact, today we're going to be focusing more on the cold side products as opposed to others. Again, we mentioned that some of the biggest differences are the purity of the water from the French Alps. Let's go ahead and go to the next screen. The purity, it really is from the water. It is from the melt of the clean water. It goes through its own natural filtering service. It is really a great, great product. Yes, that's okay. So we have a question. We'll address it now. So on that, very good question. The nutritional information on the product. We're going to show you a cool little thing here. When you look at the bottles on the label are very easygoing and very light information. On the back, you will find some of the guarantee information we talked about, but that means where are the nutritionals? How do I get the nutritional information? Ah, there's a secret. On the bottom right corner, there's a little arrow, and we'll see if I can get it. If you peel the label from that arrow, it opens up. It folds open, and you will find that all the nutritional information is there, French and English, but all the nutritional as well as ingredient information will be here. So when you look at the bottle, you're thinking, wait a minute, how can they make a bottle and not have nutritionals? Not the case. We do have that information. You just have to remember it's on that fold out label. Kind of cool, right? One of those best kept secrets that we don't want to make a best kept secret. All right. So ingredient, as we mentioned, the most important ingredients are really going to be 2 items. It's really 3 items. But the first one is the cane sugar. That makes a big difference. Purity of the water to make sure that you don't cause off flavors. And then you have a better opportunity by not having off flavors to get the true flavor of the fruit juices that are used in the concentrate. So with that too, we do a bit of citric acid in all the products. So we don't add any preservatives. Citric color is a good, citric acid is a good product to have to help keep it neutral and lasting long. Typically, these products are going to last between 30 and 36 months. So you get a really long shelf life on the product. So you don't have to worry about them going bad. They just don't. But with that, it's good to know the citric acid helps out with that longevity. And of course, too, the balance of what makes up a bottle will be flavors and colors. Again, with most of our products now, the colors are all natural. The flavors are all natural. Most of our products are now all natural. You'll find that very unlikely in most of the other competitive products that are out there. So the same quality everywhere in the world our product is sold. Why? How is that done? Again, because it's all produced in one location. As a result of that, we can guarantee that the product will always have that same quality wherever you have it. It'll always be the same.
Russ, we have a question also. It says, is the shelf life 30 to 36 months unopened, or does that apply after it's been opened?
It's 30 to 36 months after the date of production. So even after you open it, it really doesn't matter. It's really the production date. And it's not an expiration date. We call it a best buy. So what you'll find is that the product color is the biggest issue when it comes to syrups. It's maintaining a color. We don't see an issue with the flavors changing. We don't see a problem with the product. But quite often, after 30 to 36 months, you might start to notice the intensity of the color might start to fade a little bit. And that's where we would say, that's why we say it's 30 to 36 months. It's not bad at that time. It's really, it looks at its best. It has its most optimum flavor after that, or during that period of time. And after that, it could start to diminish a little bit, but it's not bad.
Yes, thank you.
Sure. And the next screen, we'll talk a little bit about the expertise that got us to where we are. 1883 is fully dedicated to making sure our syrups are the best. I have worked for a couple of the competitors in the past. I won't name who they are, but I can tell you that nobody does it like 1883. The very bottom tab, it says 20 trained noses and palates. Well, what does that mean? We have 20 people that work in our R&D department. They're trained, college degrees, special training, certificates. And then on top of that, they've all been rated. So some people, everybody, has more and less sensitivity to certain tastes and flavors and smells. All of our people, besides being trained, they've all been rated for what their sensitivities are. So we know some people are more highly sensitive to, for example, the flavor cinnamon. Audrey's personal favorite. Maybe that's not true. But for example, everybody is rated, so they have this palate that we know that they are sensitive to, and they have the ability to better understand and realize if a flavor is on target or not. So we have really dedicated ourselves to make sure that we have the people in place to know what to do. We do have more than 2,000 flavors in our archives. Again, we focus on the natural. You can always make crazy things from chemicals, but our focus, again, is always with the most natural products and the best diversity that's available. The next screen. To that end, we have developed the flavor wheel. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but coffee has a flavor wheel. And so when you're doing cupping, for those that have a coffee house, there's all kinds of different flavors that people are trying to notice. This is kind of the same too with wine tasting. Oh, are you tasting a chocolate? Are you tasting, is it kind of an earthy? So with that same thing, we have actually developed a flavor chart for the syrups to make sure that we are on target with our flavors as we develop them. Again, expert personnel with charts that we have to reference back to the archive of 2000, we can really make sure that we get precise aromatic notes. That is the key thing. That's one of the reasons we have that big flavor up front. And again, noticing how a flavor should be, how it should finish. That it should have that clean finish that leaves you with that flavor that you just experienced at the front of the drink. Accuracy and balance is what we're looking for in our flavors, and we're really good at it. If you get the chance, we always recommend doing a side-by-side cutting with your current syrup that you're using. Feel free to try and we'll send you a sample. Pick a flavor that's big for you. Lavender seems to be a huge flavor nowadays. We're happy to send you out a bottle of the lavender. Compare it to the lavender that you're using now. I think you'll notice a big difference. And the reason why a couple pennies more per serving makes a big difference in the final drink.
Do we have a question?
And then please, we do encourage the questions. It's great. The questions have been great. Please keep it up. We're happy to address them throughout this, through this. With order being up to have a consult with your mixologist. You know, we do have a couple mixologists on site, and here in the US, we have a person, Lisa. She did a presentation with us last year. Lisa is a trained mixologist. She had over 20 years in bar experience. She also had 12 years with another leading syrup company here in the US. I won't name who it is. So we have a mixologist on site. We can always run questions through here. She's available for that. Customization for recipes and stuff. She may not be able to do that, but we have a huge recipe file for mixologists. So whether it's an alcoholic drink, drink with alcohol, whether it's a mocktail, a non-alcohol drink, or whether it's just cold applications or hot, we've got a great mixologist that can cover the whole range, both from the coffee house experience all the way through the bar. So great question on that. Yes, she's available for, kind of the easy questions, but we have a ton of this stuff on file that we can probably answer most questions ahead of time without even involving her.
Yeah, and if you want to check, you can go on the website and you can find recipes. Not all of them, because we did not upload every recipe, it would be too much, but you can actually go and check, and you can filter with alcohol, without alcohol, by flavor, to just have a quick snapshot.
And if you don't find your answer you're looking for there, please feel free to reach out to us by email, and then we can actually set up and get you the other recipes that you may need or want that weren't on the website. Huge amount of recipes. If you don't see what you're looking for, we can get it for you.
Okay.
Oh, must be another poll time.
Yay.
Back to
All
Kayla.
right, this is a moment that everyone's been waiting for. So we have a raffle for those that just joined. You can join us for the next raffle that we do the poll. But right now, I'm going to share with us the raffle winner from the last one. All right, here we go. Let's see who's gonna win. This is so exciting. All right, number 4. Okay, let's see. All right. Congratulations to Angela Knight. Angela Knight, we are going to send you a prize from 1883. All right, congratulations. And here we go with our second poll. You have a chance to win a prize from 1883. So let's read it. Name 2 points of the 1883 product guarantee. So is it gluten-free? Was featured on Good Morning America? HMO-free? High in potassium, or sugar-free? So you can go ahead and choose 2 of the choices. All right. Sounds great. Wow, look at we have so many people answering on it here. So interesting. Almost everyone said gluten-free. That's so interesting. I wonder what the answer is. All right, we're going to close the poll in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close. All right. Okay, and we will find out the answer right now from 1883. Take it away.
Answers were gluten-free and HMO-free.
Awesome. Thank you. And I can't wait to hear more about 1883.
Yeah, let's go. And for your information, the price for that second question is going to be 2 bottles of 1 liter syrup and 2 count racks.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, so as Russ explained, we really focus on the flavor and the intensity of the flavor. And when our research and development department develop a new flavor, they are going to use that spider shark that you see on the screen. So, for example, for the Russ syrup, when they developed it, you can see on the black line what was like the target we had, and the pink line would be what we had as a result. And you can see the, how do you call that, the points here, the green dotted, it's the competition syrup. So when we develop a syrup, we always try to have all those information so that the research and department is going to aim to be in between those 2 lines to really eat the flavors you are looking for. So for the rose, you need to have a strong note of flowery flavor. Obviously, the rose has to be intense, a little of flowery honey, and then just a little sweetness. And for each syrup, really any syrup, we're going to do that same work. And for example, a good flavor to talk about would be the French Madeleine, which is a biscuit. And when I met them, they told me they had to eat so many Madeleine, they couldn't see it after that, because really they aim to recreate the perfect flavor that is actually going to correspond to what we are looking for. So this is why we say we have the most authentic flavor. And then this is the curve of the flavor that you're going to taste when you actually drink the syrup. So it combines natural flavors of strawberry for the rose and a sweet candied strawberry final. And it's really fresh, it's flowery. So really when you drink it, like the pink line again is going to be our syrup. And you can see the green dotted line, no, the gray dotted line is a competition syrup. So you can see that our line is way higher, which means more intense in the flavor. That's what we aim for. And now another point we're going to focus on is the fact that it's made in France. So the 1883 has the French touch, the French elegance, a refined taste. So as you say here, it has a je ne sais quoi, which is like the little something you can't really describe, but you can say it's better. So in our case, it's everything we explained: pure water, intensity of the flavor, natural flavoring, natural coloring for most of them. And it also has a recognized quality. This preference, it's measurable because we have done some blind tasting for the top 20 flavors. And the results is that 2 times out of 3, we were the leading brand over 4 different other brands. So if you look at statistics, this syrup is considered to be better than the competition. And here are some few examples of the prizes we won. So a few years ago, we won for the Spritz a prize in Coffee Fest. We also had the French Innovation Winner prize for our organic range. Just last year, we had a prize for the ginger beer syrup, which is new. And the cardamom has been elected the second best new product in Los Angeles in 2019. And the first one in the Coffee Fest was PNW.
Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest.
Coffee Fest, the one in Oregon.
Yeah. So about the 1883 collection. Now, another question already. Okay.
Time to hand out some more syrup.
All right, this is great. So the third prize is going to be 3 1-liter bottles of syrup with a 3-rack count. So that's a great prize. We are going to be doing the previous raffle first, and then we're going to be doing the third poll. All right, so here we go for the second one. I'm not looking, I promise. All right, here we go. 9. Okay. So congratulations to Jessica Ferroni. All right. Congratulations. Please go ahead and let us know your mailing address. We are going to email you the details, and we are so excited for you. So here we go with the third and final poll, and we are going to reveal this poll at the very end. I mean, the raffle at the very end. So let's go get into it. What are the 2 primary ingredients in syrup? Tender love and care, fresh fruits and extracts, water and cane sugar, fructose and corn syrup, real fruit juice, and honey. Go ahead and put in your vote. This is your last chance to win 1883 products with a rack, and that looks very nice in any home. I'm just letting you know now. All right, so go ahead and put in your poll for a chance to win the giveaway, and it's your last chance to win. All right, so we have a lot of people say water and cane sugar. Okay. And we're going to be giving it 10 more seconds for everyone to put in your vote. All right, everyone, you don't want to miss this. Okay, so 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, our poll is closed. And so, Audrey and Russ, what are the 2 primary ingredients in syrup?
It's water and cane sugar.
All right. All right. Good job to everyone that got it right. And I'm going to be handing it back to you.
Okay, so a few questions. There's a good one from Tim. So do these syrups, candy syrups, be used in coffee? Absolutely. It's kind of funny how in France, if you were to go to France, they're almost never used in coffee. Syrups are typically used by children in water, to make water taste better, or they're used in a bar. So mixology nowadays really focuses on taking the products and using them in a bar application. And especially in France, that's what it was. In the US, the number one use for syrups, including our syrups, is still typically in a coffee house, used in hot coffee drinks. But there's a lot of change coming. We're going to talk about that. So your question was a great lead into some things coming up. But yes, indeed, these can be used in coffee, hot or cold, coffee, tea, you name it. You can use them in really just about anything where you're looking for a flavor and a slightly sweet effect. So, by the way, again, please don't forget, we have a 1 liter bottle. When you look at the cost of our product compared to our competitors, what? That's crazy. They want an extra $3 for $18.83? No, that's not the case. If you take a look and if you compare it by the ounce, you'll find that we are incredibly competitive to everything, all the other syrups that are out there. So we are running with a 750. We're comparing ourselves to the 750 milliliters that are out there. We are a 1 liter, which means it's over 33 ounces compared to a competitor's 26 or whatever that is. So more servings per bottle. Don't forget, yes, we cost more, but if you do it by the ounce, you'll find out that we really work out to be very competitive. And typically a serving is 3/4 of an ounce of our product as well as our competitors. That's the most common. Trendsetters, we don't mess around. To give you an idea, here's some of the crazy things we do. I really like that cayenne that we have out there. It's a great flavor to try if you haven't done it. If you need to kick up the flavor intensity, give a little kick to a drink, the cayenne is an excellent product to do that with. We have some really incredible floral products that are out there. We have the lavender we've discussed. We have hibiscus. We have cherry blossom. We have some amazing flavors that are out there that you just won't find anywhere else. Then over the top, we even do a yuzu lemon. We have regular lemon. We have yuzu lemon. Peach, we have more than one peach. We've got regular peach. We have white peach. All these intense flavors, really fun to work with. Give it a chance. Take a look at what works for you, and we can probably take care of whatever your needs are. Now, something else to mention, 1883 also does smoothies. We have, just like our product, our syrup line, all natural, no preservatives, easy to use product. One of the great things about the product, we have no added sugars. All the carbs in this product come from the puree and the juice. That's it. That's where the carbs come from. No added sugars at all. Whereas, of course, the syrups do have some. This one does not. The product is also easy to use. It's just one step. Pour the liquid over ice and blend, and it's shelf stable before opening. After opening, it's about 2 weeks in the refrigerator, so that should work out. So having talked about how easy it is, why don't we go ahead and make you one? I think we're going to zoom in on this, and we'll kind of show you how to do one.
Which one?
So we're going to do the mango smoothie. So we're going to do the mango smoothie just for the fun of it. As we mentioned, this is a one-step process. If you're going to be serving 16 ounces of product, get a 16-ounce glass if you want to for a measurement, 16 ounces of ice, then take the smoothie mix. And the great thing about this, we say it's no measuring, because the way you know that you have the right amount is pouring the smoothie mix to the top of the ice. That's the indicator you have the right amount. Smoothie mix to the top of the ice, then you blend. That's all there is to it. And pour this in. Always make sure to get that lid on nice and tight. The first time you don't, you'll remember why you should have done it nice and tight. We also have a nice sound enclosure here too, hopefully. And with that one step, you now have a smoothie ready to go. Another thing too, we'd like to mention, everything about the product is all natural, including the colors. So with that, we don't have a huge intensity on the color, but it is all natural, which is great to notice. And this again is our mango product. So smoothie ready to fly, easy to use, great flavor. We're happy to send out samples. Please don't hesitate on that. We'd love to get you out a sample on that product line. You won't regret it. It'll be one of the best smoothies you've ever had and one of the easiest to use with a quality that you just don't find at a lot of shelf stable. Our biggest competitor, I won't name them, adds sugar to their product. It has a different flavor to it. Being all natural, I think really does help out.
And you can find our product at Lollicup. You can find the 3 flavors, the mango, strawberry, and peach.
Probably the 3 top selling flavors right
now. So don't hesitate and go try it.
And don't forget, request a sample.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so now I see on the website there's a line of fruit creams. What type of product are these? So the fruit purees, I believe you're saying fruit purees. And a puree, the idea behind a puree is typically they're used in a bar. And so with a puree, you're going for like a crushed fruit. A smoothie is similar to a puree, but it's really meant to be blended. So it has a different texture to it. Whereas the puree, you're adding texture to a drink along with the intensity of the flavor. So those are the 2 biggest things. Again, typically you'll find a puree used in a bar. How many sugar grams are in the smoothies? Well, let's just go ahead and tell you. So this is done by the 4-ounce serving size. A 4 ounce of this would make an 8-ounce smoothie. That's the standard in the industry for doing nutritionals. I don't know why, but it is. Calorie count is 110. So if you were to make up a regular smoothie, 16 ounce like we did, you're looking at 220 calories. I would recommend you compare that to the competition. I know some of the competitors are as high as 420 calories for a 16 ounce at 220. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good compared to what most of the competitors are doing. Great question. Thank you. Any other questions on the smoothies before we move on? We'll give you a second. We probably won't be coming back to it too much. We just wanted to make sure that you were aware that it's out there and being used, fully available, and we're happy to send out samples. So don't hesitate. Give us the information. We'll send it out to you direct. Of course, go through Lollicup, and they'll let us know, and we'll ship it out to you direct. All right. With that, we're moving on.
It's not working. Great.
And we can't advance the page. Oh, there it is. In addition to syrups, one of the most popular and most common things to use are sauces. Kind of funny how sauces work out. Why do we have sauces in addition to syrups? I think it's kind of just because. But one of the main things you'll find with sauces used as opposed to a syrup is in hot application, especially in a latte. So that's why you don't see a whole lot of flavors typically. There are no sauces that are fruit except for our strawberries, the only one I've ever seen out there. The most popular sauces are the chocolate and caramel. We also have a white chocolate. And in the small bottle, we have a Nutella kind of a product. It is a hazelnut chocolate, and we have our strawberry. In the 500 milliliter bottles that you see, those are typically used for garnishing. Whereas most of the drink applications, you would use the 64-ounce container with the sauce pump and use it that way. Again, when it comes to a drink, typically you're going to use it in a hot application, most commonly for a latte. They can be used cold, but a sauce has a little more issue stabilizing inside of a liquid. It's harder to get it to mix in as well as a syrup. The syrup goes into any drink super easy, mixes right away, stays in suspension, whereas it's a lot harder to get a sauce to go into suspension if it's not a hot drink application. A cold one, it's hard to get it to unstick and start to mix in. Once it does, it'll stay in suspension, but it's kind of hard to get it to mix in. Excellent sauces. Give them a try. You won't regret it. The flavor quality is excellent. And then, is that you or me? Oh, I'm going to let Audrey talk about the trend report.
Okay, so we just took some information about the trends nowadays to show you that the syrup can be a good solution for your drink. So one of the trends is to focus now on your mind, your mood, your energy. So people are really looking for relaxation drinks and some drinks that can have a calming effect on their body and their mind. So for example, with the tea, you have lots of people who would, like right now, sometimes prefer to have a tea than a coffee, because we would say that it's less, let's say, aggressive for your body. As well, some food is recognized to help with mental health and to distress yourself. So that's really why people now, when they go out, they want to have a drink that makes them feel good. So they are looking for some original taste or herbal taste, flower taste that are changed to what they can usually find. And there is also an increasing demand on immunity boosting products because they believe it's going to help them, and it does, for their physical activity, their energy level, and all that kind of stuff. Another trend is comfort me now. The nostalgia you can have from some flavors you had when you were a child, like some typical flavors you remember. So sometimes customers are going to look for those flavors when they buy a drink or a type of food. So for example, we have a syrup, cotton candy syrup. It reminds you of your childhood. It can be an interesting flavor to put in your drink. The chocolate flavor, obviously, is still a huge hit in the menu for restaurants and even bars. We have the chocolate syrup here. You can do any types of drink with it, and even with the chocolate sauce. The familiar flavors like the cookie butter, I already said it, the cotton candy, some of the crackers, like it's cereals, I guess, the Graham crackers, I think, it's cereals, yeah. So this, they are looking for the sweetness of it, but some other people would look for the spicy size of flavors like I can't say that, sriracha, sriracha and bacon, or the fruity flavor, tangerine, pomegranate, melon, pear, that they would taste. And we also have emerging flavors as toffee, salted caramel, pumpkin spice, that now you can find in the drinks because we have the syrups for that. So we're going to show you actually some recipes at the end, and you're going to see that you can do that for the fall season that it's coming. And another top trend is the fact that people would focus, as I said, on immune and mental health. They are trying to drink less alcohol. Now the new generation, so the flavored drinks is a good fit, because now when they want to have a nice drink without alcohol, they don't want to have like some club soda or some Coca-Cola. They are looking for something more fancy and more like researched, let's say. So syrup is really a good option to do mocktails. It's really big in Europe now, for example. You can do see lots of personalization with the syrup, because the customer is going to ask, okay, today I want an iced latte, but I don't want the vanilla or the caramel flavor. I want to put something original. So you can put lavender, for example. It's a huge hit as well. And then big trend is to share your food and your drinks on social media. So you want your drinks to look good, to look fresh, to look appealing. So that's it. That's what I can say about that. Do you have mocktail recipe? Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. We have a lot of them. We're going to show you at the end of this presentation some recipes that are without alcohol. It's really easy to make. And again, we don't have that much, but to have just an overview, you can go on the website, 1883.com, and on the recipe menu, you can find non-alcoholic drinks recipe. And so now, regarding the products, ingredients, and mixer top trends, as I said, the nostalgic flavors, obviously the functional one to boost your health, like ginger, turmeric, matcha, lavender. This is really like asked in the drinks, the plant milks. So you have to know that to make the drinks, like iced latte, either if you use dairy milk or alternative milks, our syrup is going to work well with both types of milk. So you can remember it. The low-calorie drinks are also a trend. So we have some sugar-free syrup. If you wanna check that out, you can mix the syrup with energy drinks that are still a big category here. As I said, the coffee flavored, the smoothie, as we showed you, are big and really asked during the summer season. The citrus flavor, so we have lots of citrus flavor with like the regular lemon, the yuzu lemon, and even more. The cherry blossom is big as well. And any other botanical flavor like the rose, hibiscus, that type of flavor. And then again, for the fall season, mostly you would find pumpkin, walnuts, and all those type of flavor. In the sugar-free syrup, what the ingredients?
What is the ingredient used in the sugar substitute in the sugar-free syrups? That is a great question. I have not checked. I want to say it's sucralose, but I cannot tell you for sure that it is. But we'd be glad to get the information back to Kayla and let you know. I'm pretty sure it's sucralose, but I can't guarantee it.
Okay. And now I'm going to speak to you guys about one of the newest flavors we have since last year, which is pandan. So it's a really nice original flavor. It's really big in Asia, but in Europe or here, it's not. So it's really interesting for you to try, guys. It has really complex plant notes. Some people would say it reminds them a little bit of the taste of the rice water or of some toasted popcorn, something like that. It's really interesting to try. So as an example, we put some recipe ideas here, and you can use that syrup with milk, with cocktails, with hot drinks, even with dessert. So we can try it with any kind of preparation that you want. Tea, coffee. It has a really interesting flavor. You should try it, definitely. And one of the other flavor we have that is kind of new is the cardamom that you can find at Lollicup too. So it's a spicy, zesty blend of floral nuts, which will remember you of the cardamom seeds. It's also perfect for cocktails, for smoothie, hot drinks, even soda. One of the easiest way to use it would be to do a cardamom lemonade. And you can do also a comforting drinks with a cardamom hot chocolate. So now we're gonna show you some recipes, and Russ is going to make one of them. Today we're gonna make for you the passion fruit lemonade, just to show you how easy and how quick you can make a drink with the syrup. I'm gonna okay. So this recipe is really basic. You just need the passion fruit syrup over here, and some lemonade. And it's an easy drink to make, and it's really nice to have that kind of drinks for spring season, summer season, because it's really refreshing.
3/4 of an ounce of the syrup, which is 3 pumps. It's each pump every time you touch the pump, it's going to be a 1/4 ounce. And then 7 ounces of lemonade. And it's that easy. The two mix together quickly. Once again, syrups do a good job. Pour it all into a cup. And then garnish. And you're ready to go. It's just that quick and easy. Again, the great thing about these syrups, they do just as well in a cold application as they do in a hot application. The big trends now are cold, believe it or not. Even if you're a coffee house, you really have to focus on the cold. To give you an idea, Starbucks, big coffee company, right? Over 71% of all the drinks that they serve now are cold application. Whether it's an iced coffee, a kombucha, whether it's a refresher, whether it's a nice drink like a passion fruit lemonade, these are all drinks that can be done and are done cold and with great success through coffee houses. So it's kind of something to think about nowadays. Syrups and no pumps. Interesting question, Elisa. We can help you get going on that. Don't know what happened to the pumps, but we have pumps available, so we'd be glad to do that. And then we're going to show you. So once again, you can add syrups to lemonades, to iced teas, to just about anything, even coffee. Iced coffee, it works. So typically with a coffee, you would think more of a coffee that's going to do probably more of a caramel and maybe milk to get that flavor going on. In fact, we're going to show you something along that line too. How now we've shown how you can do a fruit over ice product with lemonade. You can do the same thing with iced tea. But let's do it with a coffee now. So the same idea. What we're going to do, we're going to do 2 ounces of coffee. This is my handy dandy measuring. 2 ounces of coffee. 5 ounces of milk. And now the secret ingredient, we're making a Halloween.
We're making a iced Halloween bark latte.
Yeah, Halloween bark. 1 pump, 1/4 ounce of caramel. 3 pumps, which is 3/4 of an ounce of the chocolate.
Yes.
So that's your flavor profile. With that, we're going to pour it over ice. Let me get a cup of some ice in it here. Take that concoction, pour it over ice. And then to finish off that Halloween little technique thing, we're going to put some whipped cream on top. Give it some Halloween garnish. This is a crunched up Kit Kat with a spice there. And then a caramel drizzle. One-handed. Oh, what do you know? Finally. And then you go back and forth. There you go. You have a Halloween blended application. Again, this is a cold drink. Utilizing coffee. Coffees go well with milk, making them a latte. So this is really an iced latte with a holiday Halloween theme to it. Quick and easy. You can really do this. Again, it's great in a coffee house. If you are a coffee house and you're brewing your own coffee, that's great. You've got a wonderful base. If you're not a coffee house and you're still looking at some easy solutions, you can buy ready-to-drink coffees. You can make your own cold brew coffee, and then you can make these great drinks. Iced drinks, iced coffees are absolutely huge. You want to jump on that trend and try to do it. All right?
All right. Okay, so just before we finish, I'm going to share my screen again. And
there we have a few questions.
Sure.
Do you sell the toppings?
We sell the caramel sauce, but we don't sell the whipping cream and the
The whipping cream and the candies, we don't sell any toppings. I know
Yeah.
some places do. If you have, I would check with your distributor to see what you have. Does Lollicup do the topping?
Yes,
Yeah,
Lollicup
that's
store
what I
does
thought.
have
So
the
yeah,
toppings that we
you're
do sell,
perfect. You're
yes.
ready to go. You can get everything from one source at Lollicup. You can get your drinks, your toppings, the whole thing, and that's really kind of the way to go. It's a fun, easy way to make the drinks.
We also have another question says, does that same coffee drink would work good with blended ice?
Yes, you could, but here's the difference. When you blend ice, what is it going to give it that thick and creamy texture that you're looking for? We do have a product that works that way, but as a rule of thumb, if you're trying to get around that, you'll end up adding ice cream to it, or you're going to add heavy whipping cream. It's kind of tougher to do over ice or blend it with ice, but you can do it. Like I say, there are a few products out there. We happen to make one too, and it is a blended drink base. It's a frappe base is what it's called. And you would just add the flavors to it and go from there. But for the most part, the reason I think we're seeing these over ice drinks, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, labor is less costly. It's easier to do it from that perspective, and the ingredients tend to be less expensive. And I think that's why over ice is done so well and so popular. You can do it blended, but it takes the time. Somebody has to know how to do it. It's a little tougher to train the people and keep them up to speed, whereas over ice is just so quick and easy. Let's face it, if I can do it, probably anybody could.
All right, thank you so much. I'll hand it back to you.
So we're just about out of time.
Yeah, we're almost done, but just to show you, you're going to have access to that presentation after. You can download it, I think on the Lollicup, or you're going to send it. So just so you know, you're going to have some recipe. So I put this recipe for the summer season. You're going to have summer mimosa, hibiscus coffee lemonade, and then 4 recipe for Halloween. So the iced Halloween bock latte is the one we just made with the whipping cream. And you're going to have hot coconut chai tea and pandan latte.
And there was a question regarding neutral base. Yes, that's really the thing to do. By the way, I'm going to throw it out there now. We are the parent company for Cappuccino. So usually with the powder company, when you buy a powder, whether it's Lollicup's product or whoever, what you'll find is vanilla is a key flavor that's sold because vanilla is typically the neutral base people will use to do a blended drink. So you could use that neutral base or vanilla and add these flavors to it. The problem I think you're going to find though is it makes it a little extra sweet because we've added a full another ounce of syrup to it. And that full another ounce of syrup is going to take it a little bit more sweeter to that degree. That's why neutral base works well. If a neutral base is done right, it has less sugar because the idea behind a neutral base is you're going to add syrup and or sauce to it. But that's why a lot of people use vanilla nowadays. That's kind of like a de facto neutral base, even though it's a touch too sweet for the final product. But give it a shot. You might say it's okay. You can add a little bit more milk to it to cut down on the sweetness. A few ways you can work around that. But yes, neutral base or vanilla are the 2 common powders you can use to make a drink like this and add to it. Have to experiment, but I think you'll find good success with it.
Okay, and there is another question about the recipe. I seen it. Yeah.
We don't have a recipe book. Again,
Yeah.
it's kind of, it's something that we have it online. We've got some basic recipes online. And then if you don't find what you're looking for at the 1883.com website, feel free to contact us through the website or directly through the Lollicup, and we'll be glad to get you specific recipes that you might want to ask for.
And if you're just talking about the recipe I just showed, it's going to be available through Lollicup.
Yeah, so the recipes we just showed, that information is there, and it's on this presentation that you'll be able to access if you saw something there that you would like. That's pretty much it for us. We thank you so much for joining. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate those that are using 1883. And if not, contact us. Alyssa, regarding the pumps, please feel free to reach out to us directly. We'll get that pump situation taken care of. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, 1883. Did not forget, we do have the last raffle. All right. So I want to thank you to Russ and Audrey for the amazing presentation. I love your presentation, and I'm excited to go try out some 1883 products.
Yeah, good.
So here we go with the last raffle. And the winner is 22. 22. Hugh Juan. All right. Congratulations to Hugh. And we will be reaching out to all the winners, and congratulations on winning. We will have this presentation available to you guys, and you'll be able to look back on the recipes and try them for yourself. So thank you again to everyone that came. Thank you to 1883. And please follow us on our social media sites. And we hope to see you guys very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.